It's me, Sushreeya, and today I am going to be talking about electricity. Well, what is electricity? Electricity is a result of strong electrical charges. Most of it is made of electrons and some of positive charges, or protons. So, what are electrical charges? Electrical charges are charges made of electricity. And although we cannot see it, we can always observe it. So now we're going to be doing positive charges and negative charges. Positive charges are made of protons, while negative charges are made of electrons. So for example, a battery. One half of it is positive, and the other half is negative. And as we know, all matter is made of atoms. And there are even tinier things in atoms, which are maybe smaller atoms, which scientists suggest. But in there are positive and negative charges. They're always jumbled up with each other, but when near many metals such as iron, cobalt, and nickel, they straighten up. So here's an example of that. Now, static electricity. Static electricity is one of the types of electricities. So say I have a balloon, as in this example, and I have a wool cloth. And if I keep rubbing it, and they both have a buildup of positive and negative charges, which means the same amount. When I rub it, it's most likely that the balloon's going to get more of the negative charges. And that makes it stick to more of the things. So that's why when we put it against our shirt, or for example, take the wall, when that happens, it repels the negative charges because it has the same amount as the wall. But the reason it stays and gets attracted to the wall is because the wall also has positive charges. Say you have two magnets, and they're labeled north and south. Well then, if they're labeled north and south, put north and north. They will repel or push each other away. And if you put negative and positive, or the N south and the N and the S, that will make it attract or pull each other together. So, when all the negative and positive charges in static electricity meet, over time the balloon gets even again. It becomes neutral. Neutral means it again starts from its beginning cycle. It has the same amount of electrons and protons, or positive charges and negative charges. Now, electrical discharges. Electricity can discharge or release. And this can give you small static shock. And this is a very quick movement. It happens just like that. It's very fast. So, let's say I'm rubbing my foot against the carpet, or I'm just walking. That gives me more negative charges. And if I touch a doorknob, I'm releasing some of that negative charges, or the electrons, and it might give me a small little shock. We can see it with a small little spark, or we can hear it, and it should sound like, it's a very short sound. And it's very quick, you just get shocked like that. Now, lightning. Now, you might be thinking lightning has to do with weather, like you're talking about electricity. What does it have to do with electricity? Well, when a cloud, as we know, rain, when the cloud's heavy, the water drops release and come down, right? And then, when that happens, take that with lightning. In a cloud, if it's way too heavy with rain, but with electrons, so clouds can have positive, which is rain, and with the rain and electrons, that can make some lightning. And then when those electrons, they kind of get a shock and they jump. And when that happens, that can cause lightning. And it releases all that electricity, which can power a lot of electrical things and houses. with storing with our electrical appliances. Now we'll talk about circuits. So circuits are a path where electricity goes through. Say I have a flashlight and it is off. It is open. So the circuits will be like this. And then when the batteries are in there and this small swirly thing, it kind of tracks with it as well. But because when it's this, it's not together, so it can't create any electricity or any power or any electrical charges. And when that happens, it can release anything. So the flashlight is off. But when we switch on the switch and it goes very quickly, it creates electricity and it runs through and it switches it on. That's why it has a click and it takes about 1 second for it to switch on. And now, switches. I know in your houses you have a lot of light switches. So let's take that for an example. I have one right over here. So when I click it on, which is on its right now, then the circuits, like I said, are like this. So when that happens, it's getting power. But with the switch behind it, it's connected with many wires. And that's connected to a small storing place where the electricity came from. So when you switch it on, like a flashlight, it takes 1 second and makes a noise. Not from the switch, from the light bulb. And then from that, your lights switch on. And then the wire is very powerful, and it's usually made of copper, which stores electricity very powerfully. And that creates very strong electrons, but it's kind of maintained on where it should go. It only has very few options, and that only place, because you switched it on, is to go through the wire. And the other wire connects to the light bulb, or wherever your light is. And that's what creates your light. So all this can create electricity. And electricity is something that we take for granted a lot in our lives. So this is about electricity. If you have questions, put them in the comments. Do some nice comments and do the same for my other videos. Have a good day. See you soon. Bye, guys.